Teachers. We are the leading university in competency-based training, practical skills delivery, and workplace experience learning to prepare our graduates for the job market. So settle down quickly, feel at home, and optimize the numerous opportunities available at Aamusted. Our first students, we have organized this orientation ceremony for you to receive vital information to facilitate your early settlement and integration. As we have in our camp proverb, Obusma odo no person no trano, ono na ochiro netiwade. So, it is our professional and moral responsibilities to do that. You are our cherished stakeholders. You are the future leaders of this university. You are the future leaders of your communities. And you are the future leaders of this country. For this reason, the orientation will cover life and operations in the university in areas such as arrangement for paying of fees, online registration of courses, library services, security arrangements, because your security is very important, guidance and counseling and other support services available, channels of communication at the university, medical examinations, other arrangements to facilitate teaching and learning of this campus. Yours is to fully participate and obtain enough information to make life on campus more comfortable. I encourage you to ask questions when the successive speakers take their turn. My first students, ladies and gentlemen, our relatively new status demands that we make effort to brand this university in an easily identifiable place of excellence and learning. We all have a role to play. Help us to create calm atmosphere to undertake your academic activities. That is what has brought you here. Help us to protect the image of this university will follow you. And again, we do say in Akan that Ubienwa ordinary sabunkum bechlene na hot aman so. This university is yours. And I used to say, some of us, devote yourselves to things that will further enhance the enviable image of this university and be it good ambassadors. Wherever you go, if you have any grievances, as I've already indicated, they are going to tell you how to solve your grievances. You have to follow the channels of communication. It is important to use discussions and negotiations. And I hope you will do that. Don't allow anybody to persuade you to do anything that will tarnish the image of the university. Because, as I've said, the university is what? Yours. Conclusion. There are so many things I need to share with you. For the moment, I wish to end and allow enough time for the orientation to enable you settle quickly, as I have said. Hopefully, at our next meeting, which will be at your matriculation ceremony, I will share more with you. Once again, you are welcome and congratulations for gaining admission to Akenton Apia Menka University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Please, he deserves a louder. This is the head of the university, and he says you are warmly welcome. Please, let's do it one more time. Thank you, sir. We are very happy you have welcomed us this way. We are maintaining the fire. So next to the Vice-Chancellor, the Pro-Vice-Chancellor will also take the stance and speak to us about our academic counseling. Professor Isaac Boateng, please, sir, can you take the podium, sir? Please, let's keep giving it to him as he comes.
Thank you, David. Dr. Chair, Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Finance Director, and all protocol observed. Another opportunity has presented itself for us to begin a new academic year. I'm thrilled to be here today as we welcome our new students into the esteemed institution of ours, Akenten Apia-Menka University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development, Aamusted. As part of the orientation, I'm here to speak on academic counseling. According to the student handbook, which was shown by the Dean of Students, Aamusted registered students is supposed to be assigned an academic counselor, which is otherwise known in other places as personal tutor. You need to get somebody who will look after you. The person is the first to be consulted in case the student has a problem of an academic nature. In such a situation, it is a responsibility of the student to seek advice from the counselor, who can also invite the student whenever the need arises. So maybe what is going through your head now is, what is an academic counseling? Academic counseling is an ongoing educational process that connects the student to a lecturer or a tutor in the university. Academic counseling assists in preparing the student for lifelong learning beyond the confines of the classroom. It plays a crucial role in supporting students' educational journey and addressing challenges such as academic stress, time management, and career guidance, among others. Effective academic counseling strategies can significantly enhance student performance and well-being, as evidenced by various studies that explore different approaches and tools in academic counseling. So, why Aamusted valued academic counseling? What is the goal? Here in Aamusted, academic counseling plays a vital role in educational experience. Academic counseling prepares students for life beyond the university. Ideally, academic counseling engages the students, builds student rapport, helps students fulfill major requirements, assures graduation in a timely fashion, stimulates exploration outside of the students' major disciplines, encourage intellectual connections across disciplines, help set goals and strategies to achieve them during and after the university, and finally prepare students for university study and employment. So all the academic needs, how do we learn, how do we connect with others, the networking and everything that the chairman talked about are somehow developed within the academic counseling. Maybe in the first week you start feeling homesick and you might think, I don't like university, maybe I have to go home. Who should I consult? The person you have to talk to is your academic counselor, who will guide you. I normally tell my children that where you are, I have been there before. You get it? Where you are, all of us have sat there in an orientation ceremony like you are sitting. So we know the experience you are going through, and we are the best to advise you and guide you to help you overcome some of those challenges. That is how academic counseling is important. So, purpose of academic counseling. 3 key purposes I'm going to talk about is that self-understanding and personal development. That is the first point. Through your academic counseling, you will be helped to recognize your strengths, limitation or weakness, and potentials that you have. Promoting self-dependence is very important. So through your academic counseling, you'll be helped to examine your strength, weakness, and everything. Then it will encourage you to adapt a new strategies to strengthen your weaknesses and help you to develop as independent learner. It encourages students to adapt to new educational environments, such as transition from high school to university, which is a situation you are in now, and enhances their psychological and social well-being. 2, academic success and achievement. Counselors assist students in formulating academic plans, ensuring they meet course requirements and achieve their desired academic outcomes. Individual planning service helps students understand their potentials and align their academic goals with future opportunities. And the third is professional competence development. Academic counseling is instrumental in developing students' professional skills and prepare them for future employment. It provides structures, guidance to address academic challenges, thereby enhancing overall competence and readiness for workforce. So who is academic counselor? It's a person or a lecturer. Here in Aamusted, academic counselor is a lecturer who provides personal and professional advice for students on their studies and career path. Academic counselors represent and interpret policies and procedures for students and help them to navigate the academic landscape and regulations of Aamusted. So the role of the counselor is to employ individual strategies to help students cope with academic stress, help you identify how to learn, how to overcome challenging courses that you are having. If you have a challenge in a particular course you don't understand, you speak to your academic counselor, you provide guidance. Sometimes they may not have all the answers, but they know the university, they know where to direct you to go so that you can find the answers you are seeking for. They will help you to manage your time. If time management is a problem, speak to your academic counselor. Social support, they will encourage you to connect with your peers, and you can develop peer mentoring among other things that will help your learning here. What is your role as a student, as a counselee? Your role is to be provided the advice and assistance by the counselor regarding academic matters. The counselors will help you to develop personal plan that will help you to learn and achieve success in your degree. Since the counselee or student is not familiar with the university policies, including requirement for graduation and prerequisite for various programs, knowledge on legal matters within the university, the academic counselor will always guide you. So your role as a counselor is to attend group counseling meetings, book appointment to meet your academic counselor when they need be, engages in all counseling activities, and submit counseling assignment to the academic counselor. The importance of the academic counseling activities that you may pursue is that, first of all, you have to assess yourself. So through your academic counseling, you prepare something we call personal profile. You learn yourself. Where are my strengths? Where are my weaknesses? What are the strategies I have to succeed? Then from your personal profile, you develop what we call personal development plan. You develop a CV, which we call curriculum vitae, to know where you are now. And as you are learning different courses and different programs, you continue to update your CV. So by the time you finish university, you have a live CV you download and you're ready to look for a job. All these things will be developed through your academic counseling. There's also something we call review of semester performance. Every semester, at the end of every semester, when we begin a new semester, you meet your academic counselor to review your performance. What went wrong? What went well? how can I do well in the next semester? Those meetings will be organized. You need to create a professional account, what we call LinkedIn account, to develop yourself professionally, where you tell people you are at Aamusted, the program you are doing, how you are acquiring skills, all the skills you are acquiring, you populate it. So by the time you finish, you are known in the group that you exist professionally, and your professional career is also developing. Academic counselors are supposed to organize group meetings with counselors at least twice every semester. So beginning of the semester, there will be a group academic counseling meeting with your counselor, and then towards the end, before the exams, there will be another group meeting. Make sure you avail yourself and you engage, you attend those meetings. It's very important. Counselors will be provided with student performance and profile forms to complete. Your personal development form, there's a template we've developed, we'll give to you, and you have to reflect and populate it. That is what you need to do, and you put it down, and you work towards achieving all the plans you've written in your personal development plan. This is different from counseling center. I hope the one in charge of counseling will come and talk about general counseling. But what I'm talking about is academic counseling. So take note of that. In conclusion, I urge you all to engage seriously in academic counseling so that you can achieve your goals and your dream successfully. Thank you very much.
He deserves more as he walks to his seat, please. Thank you very much, sir. We have more of our joining us others, please. I want to take the opportunity to introduce them. When you go to the whole world, every year we sample 2% of the best scientists in the world. Fortunately, for 4 years running now, we have one of our hardworking professors who is always shortlisted among the 2% scientists of the world. This man that I'm talking about is the director of our Institute of International Programs and Research, International Programs and Institutional Advancement. He's one big person we have here. And the interesting thing is that when you come to Ghana, he's the only mathematician that is also shortlisted among the 2% scientists of the world. Please, this man that I'm talking about is Professor Ebenezer Bonya. Please, shall we give it to him to welcome him, sir? We are happy you have joined us. We also have the Dean of the Faculty of Business Education, Professor Faisal Idris. We have Dr. Jojo Amos, who is the head of departments for human resource and strategy. Sir, if you are here, we are grateful you are here. And then we have Mr. Eric Ifasa Akodie, who is also HOD or head of department for the Department of Economics, Education. We shall continue with the program, and I will be introducing as I take the podium next time. We will continue by inviting the registrar of our university, Mr. Augustus Kwabru, to come and talk to us about the environment for teaching and learning of our university. Sir, please kindly take the podium and speak to us. Please, let's give it to him as he comes.
Thank you very much. Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, deans, heads of department, other senior members present, our dear students, you have received the good morning and the welcome of the Vice Chancellor already. So permit me to launch straight into discussing, bringing to your attention the environment, the atmosphere you find yourself for life on campus, and particularly for studies. Students are very important stakeholders of any university. And so for you as our fresh students, that is why this morning we have particularly invited you to come around. Let's have a kind of a conversation. It is very important on the calendar of the university. As students, you are so important to us. You have a special place in the scheme of things and the arrangements of the university. But what environment have you come in? What is the atmosphere in which you are going to live and study? This is very important because if you do not know the kind of environment you find yourself, the atmosphere in which you are in any society, in any environment, you may falter. You may get it wrong. I want to assure you that we have carefully and particularly worked and continue to work to ensure that the environment, the atmosphere around us is very good for life and particularly for studies. You have been around for a couple of days and you have seen the beautiful green environment that we have. The first rains will come and you will appreciate how serene and green our environment are. It is very, very important. It enhances our general well-being and health. And so you would find that every morning there are staff going around, trimming, cleaning around the physical environment. Enjoy it and help us to sustain it so that we will continue to be of good health, sound mind, and move on with life and work. So it is with the kind of culture we have created around us here. This is acceptable. That is not acceptable. This is how we do it here. Here, we refrain from doing this. This kind of atmosphere, this kind of environment will help us to live in harmony with ourselves and everybody around us. We have a calm environment. We have a beautiful, green, serene environment. We have an atmosphere that is welcoming and receiving. We encourage you to be part of it. Help us to sustain an environment where without someone telling you that stop or do, it comes to you naturally that this is the thing to do. That is the way to go. Let us sustain and build an environment, an atmosphere that enhances life and that makes studies what it's supposed to be. So please be mindful of the physical and cultural atmosphere in which we are working, and let us keep it and sustain it. The Dean of Students mentioned relationships and connections, networking. Permit me to repeat it. It is very important. The course mates, the year mates, the hall mates, the people you have seen around here are one of the most valuable resources you will ever have. The friends you are meeting, they will turn out to be one of the most valuable resources you will ever have. Take time to know your neighbor. Take time to make friends. They will be a ready help at a time of need, here on campus or even beyond. So we encourage you that your friend, your neighbor is one you can depend on in times of need. That is to say that learn to be a good neighbor yourself. That is to say that be your brother's keeper, be your sister's keeper. Extend help to him, extend help to her when he needs it. And be ready to offer help and assistance to the next person close to you. Support each other and make life healthier, make life meaningful, make life better. The other thing is security. The head of security will speak at length on it, but just to say that security in every society is important. So when he comes around, listen carefully to the instructions, the tips and pieces of advice he will share with you, and let us live by them. You will find security guards on campus. They are your friends. You can confide in them and help us to have a healthy atmosphere and environment. The other thing we want to bring your minds to is our residential facilities. We have 3 halls of residence on campus. Some of you have already taken residence there. We encourage you that at the halls of residence, please enjoy life there. What we have is not enough, but we have hostels in our immediate communities. And a few of you may even be living in private homes. We encourage you that please enjoy your stay in our halls of residence, enjoy your stay at the hostels. Make the place a good place to live. Without the halls of residence, without your hostels, no matter how desiring you are, you may not be able to commute from your homes wherever they are to come to campus on a daily basis for academic work. So please treasure your hall, your hostel, help to make the place a good environment, help to create the good atmosphere needed there. We have academic facilities. Very soon, as from Monday, you will be going for lectures and you'll be visiting the laboratories and the workshops. These have all been so designed. We keep adding to them. We keep refurbishing. We keep adding to tools and equipment there so as to make studies what it's supposed to be. We have ICT facilities at our library and other places on campus. Put all these together and make the best you can from our academic facilities. Make the best you can from our academic facilities. When you visit our labs and our workshop, you will appreciate the equipment, the tools that are there. Just follow the instructions. The workshop and laboratory technicians will give you, especially from your professors and other lecturers, follow those instructions and you enjoy the use of those facilities. The Vice Chancellor mentioned our qualified and professional teaching staff. He mentioned the fact that you have to be professionally trained to teach, to qualify as a teacher in our university. Let me add that in addition to your professors, you have administrative, professional, technical staff who you are going to work with. These are professionals in their own way. Work together. Let's live together and then make our environment the best it ever can be. We pray that all of you will stay healthy, but we are mortals. A few times we don't feel too well. The Director of Health Services will be here, and I encourage you to listen to him carefully and visit the clinic when it becomes necessary to do. The counseling center has been mentioned. The Pro-Vice Chancellor has also mentioned academic counselor and academic counseling. let me just say that these are formal counseling sessions. But unfortunately, sometimes we get advice that is unhealthy. People advise us wrongly. People may tell us the wrong things. People may influence us in the wrong way. Those are not formal, but it's human. We advise and encourage that be discerning. Be discerning. Aamusted is you, and you are Aamusted. You are this university, and this university is you. If anybody is ill advising you, is encouraging you to do the wrong thing, please refrain from that. Anything you do to soil the university, to soil the name of the university, as it is said, the sheep who decides that he will soil the street is failing to recognizing that it is soiling its own tail. If you fail to uphold the good image and the name of our university, I'm afraid you will wake up to realize that you are soiling your own reputation. You are soiling your own name. So let's uphold the name of our university. Let's work hard to ensure that our name goes far and always upheld. Our immediate communities, I've mentioned that some of you are already living there. We depend largely on our immediate community for many a service. Transportation, we go to market there, and all other things. We depend largely on our immediate community. Let us live in harmony with them. They have been generous to accommodate us, to provide us with whatever services we need. We equally should be generous to live at peace with them. We should be generous to live at peace with them. Banking, postal services, and other such municipal services are also available. Right behind me here, you can see a bank, and the next block is also a bank. The street across, you would find a post office there. And just the street across, there are banks there. You have banking services and other services here on campus. When you have to transact banking services, you visit these places and you have service. Some of you may have seen our sports facilities right as you enter, and those living around Autonomy Hall, you've seen our football field and other sports facilities there. We are still working on them. We are still adding to these facilities. It is said that you need a sound mind, you need a sound body to be able to live, to study, and to work. Recreation and sports is very, very important. We encourage you, those of you who are gifted with sports talents, the director of sports will take his turn here. When you are welcome, please join the teams that we have to exercise and also to defend our university when we go for local and international sports competitions. Take advantage of all these opportunities around. There are also local and international collaborations. The various faculties, the Office of the Dean of Student Affairs, the Directorate of Research and Institutional Advancement, very at time will facilitate some of these local and international cooperations. A few times, students from elsewhere, other countries come to study here. As we talk, there is one such student on our Mampong campus. Sometimes we've also sent students from here to other places for international exchange programs. When the opportunity comes and you happen to be so selected, take opportunity, and wherever you go, go with the name of our university proudly written on your face, proudly written in wherever you paint your footsteps, so that we will continue to sell the image and the name of our university globally. I'll take the last one and take a seat. There are agencies for student services. One such agency is the Students' Loan Trust Fund. It has an office on campus. If it becomes necessary to assess the student's loan, you go to that office and assess service. There are many student clubs and groups. They will all go a long way to help make life and studies meaningful and productive. One of such is the Ghana National Association of Teachers on Campus. Later, when they introduce themselves to you, those of you who are professional teachers already or yearning to be teachers, associate with them. You will receive services and support from them. In conclusion, we are recommending a beautiful, serene atmosphere and environment. You will make a difference. What you contribute to it will help to sustain it in the next 4 years that you will be with us. Let us create a culture and an atmosphere that your children, their children, and generations to come would desire to come and enjoy. You will make a difference with your contributions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I believe we all agree we've been sitting for some time now. Can we all rise, please? Let's all rise and then just stretch it a little. Because we have a lot of good to give you here at this program. Okay. If we are fully awake, can we please take our seat again? As we smile and take a few introductions. We have in our midst Professor Emmanuel Apiakubi. Professor Emmanuel Apiakubi is the dean for 2 faculties. He's the only dean who is managing 2 faculties. He's overseeing the Faculty of Technical Education and Faculty of Engineering and Technology. Sir, may we see you? That's Professor Emmanuel Apiakubi. And then we have Dr. Frederick Simpe. Dr. Frederick Simpe is the head of department for construction, for the Department of Construction, Technology and Management Education. Sir, if you are here, let's see you. That's Dr. Simpe. We have Dr. George Reku Brobe, who is the Director of Health Services. I believe some of you have already met him, those of you who have gone through the medical examination. Sir, if you are here, if you can wave to us so we can identify you, sir. Thank you. We have the head of the Directorate of Academic Affairs, Mr. Daniel Konin. If you are here, sir, can you wave to us, sir? Thank you. We have the head of our security, Mr. Hayford Adjeman. Sir, yes, for all your security matters, please direct it towards her. We have Mrs. Gertrude Ife Brew. Gertrude Ife Brew. She is in charge of our Guidance and Counseling Center. Please, ma'am, if you are here, if we can see you. If you have any problems, yes, please direct it to her. She will be there to solve them all for you. And then we have, last for now, our Director of IT Services, Mr. Nicholas Donko. If you are here, sir, please shall you give us a wave? Nicholas Donko. Okay, he was here a few minutes ago. We shall proceed with the program and invite the head or the Director of Finance to speak to us about the procedure for payment of fees, scholarships that may be available, and government bursary for students. Dr. Jeff Dankwabuache. Please, let's welcome him with a clap as he speaks to us about Sika, Ega, Kudi, Lajan.
Thank you. Chairman of the occasion, the Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Deans and Directors, dear students, all other protocols fully observed. Please, I'm here to brief you about how payment of school fees and other services are done in this university. You know, the various projects or activities that goes on in the university is financed by IGF. Simply means internally generated funds. Once the government pay for the sum of the salaries of the staff, all other development activities, both capital as well as revenue expenditure which goes on in the university is financed by the university itself. Even salaries, it's not all of them which is paid by the government. In our university, only about 60 to 70% is paid by the government. The rest is paid by the university itself. Therefore, financial resources is a very key to run the university. And our key financial resource which we use to run the university is our school fees. So how do we pay these school fees in the university? First of all, you should know that the university, we do not accept cash. We don't accept cash in this university for any official payment. So if anyone asks you, you should pay your school fees by cash, that is not what true. And you should not adhere to that. Right. If you have to pay your fees, you have to go to our designated what? Banks. Okay. So, as you can see, as I was saying, it's not only Aamusted which is faced with this situation. For all public and technical universities, payment of fees is used to finance our key activities for all public universities and for that matter, Aamusted. So, if you need to pay your fees, you need to go to our designated banks, GCB, Zenith Bank, United Bank of Africa, EcoBank, and Consolidated Bank of Ghana. Please, you don't have to come to campus to pay your fees. You can pay it through any branch in Ghana. Any of the branches of these selected banks, you can pay your fees. And you have to inform the bank that you are paying your Aamusted school fees. Don't just go and pay the money into our accounts. If you do that, it will not hit your student portal, and it will still indicate that you are owing. So you need to inform the bank that you are paying your Aamusted fees. And we use a system called ICE, Aamusted Information Support System. Even if you are not able to remember the system and you inform them that you are paying your fees for Aamusted, the bank knows what to do. But don't just go and deposit the money into the account. And your index number must be available. Before you were admitted, you have to use your applicant ID. But from this time onwards that you have admitted and you have index numbers, any subsequent payment that you have to make, you have to use your index number. And you should also remember that payment of fees is tied to registration. If you are not able to pay your fees, you will not be able to register. And normally, we allow students to pay 70% first semester and 30% second semester. But recently, when economic activities was hard, the Vice Chancellor interceded on behalf of the students to do it 50. So not until we have a further notice on our system at the moment is 50% first semester and 50% second semester. So aside these banks that you can pay your fees, we are also developing a mobile app which will be launched soon. And that one, you can just use your phone to pay your fees. You don't need to go to any bank. And we expect that within the next few weeks or few months, that will also be launched to make the payment of fees more flexible to you. You should also know that the fees that you pay to us includes your SRC dues. So we collect SRC dues on behalf of the SRC. We also collect JCRC as well as GRASAC. So all the fees, we take care of everything. Aside the payment of school fees, there may be other fees or services that the university render that you also have to pay. We have items like letter of attestation. You may need a letter of attestation. You may require a transcript. You may require other additional services, English proficiency and others. That one, at the moment, you can pay it to the bank, or you can go to the university cash office and pay by Momo. We do not accept cash. Because the payment of those items are usually small, normally 20 cedis, 30 cedis, we allow students to pay by Momo, but not cash. As I indicated before, we do not accept payment of cash for any of our services. Now, you should remember that late payment of registration attracts penalty. So if you don't pay your fees on time, aside from the fact that you will not be able to register, you also have to pay a penalty. And the penalty is normally 20 cedis a day, up to 30 days. And up to that 30 days, it means you will no longer be able to register again, and you, of course, may have to be deferred to the following year. So when we give you registration deadline, please try as much as possible to adhere to those registration deadlines. Then finally, I would also like to draw your attentions on various scholarships and bursaries which may be available to you. One of the key scholarships which may be available to you is GET Fund, Ghana Education Trust Fund. They offer scholarship to students. Every student qualifies, so you just need to log on to their portal and complete their form. So now that you have fully registered as a student, with your student ID, you can go to their portal and register. We also have the Scholarship Secretariat, that also Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, that also work like the GET Fund. Then we have other corporate bodies like the GNPC. They also offer scholarship to students. You can also check on their website. Then we also have Newmont Ghana. Newmont, we have Newmont Ahafo and we have Newmont Achim. So those living around the Achim area, Newmont normally offers scholarships to residents of those in Achim area. So if you are coming from Achim, try to access Newmont scholarship. And the same thing applies to those in Ahafo, Kenya, Sogoso, and those areas. Newmont also offers scholarship to students from those areas. So do well and try to access those scholarships. And finally, from our own university, we have VC scholarship, which will also be launched soon. All the paperwork are almost completed, and very soon the VC scholarship will also be launched. That one, the key criteria is brilliant. First, you must be what? Brilliant. You need to achieve certain GPA before you can qualify to what? Apply. And you must also be what? Needy. Apart from brilliance, if your father is rich, then you should know that you may not what? Qualify. Okay, right. Okay. And sometimes too, we may also consider students with special needs. Those with special talent. If you can develop robot for Aamusted, we can consider your talent as special, and we may offer you scholarship. Then we also have sportsmen. If you are very good at sports and you are also brilliant and needy, then you could also be considered. So that is about the VC scholarship. Very soon you will hear more about the VC scholarship. And we also have MasterCard Foundation Scholarship for those in the northern part of Ghana. So please do inquire about it. MasterCard Foundation, there's also scholarship. That one is restricted to those from the northern areas of the country. So like I said, please ensure you adhere to fees registration deadlines. Thank you.
Please, if you forgot your needy status at home, go back and bring it. Go back and bring your needy status, because it seems to be the visa to a lot of scholarships here in Aamusted. All right. The Vice Chancellor and his team would have to move into an important meeting. So very soon they will be taking leave of us to leave a lot more other people to continue speaking to us. But before they leave, they want to give the opportunity for you to ask questions. We have listened to about 4 or 5 people already. If you are here, anything they have said and you don't have clarity on and you need it immediately, please just raise your hand, and then we will let you form a nice queue here, and then you can ask your questions. So we open the opportunity for questions that our big men can answer, provide answers before they take their leave. We have spoken. The Vice Chancellor welcomed us. Afterwards, we got something on academic counseling. The registrar also told us about the environment we have created for learning and teaching. The Director of Finance has also given us all the info about cash situations in our university. Do you have any questions to put to them? Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm Shadrach Ajakbasu, Infotex. Please, I want to find out concerning the security of the student. Want to know whether it's limited to only those in the campus hall or those outside the campus also. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a session for the head of security to speak to us, but we have taken notice of the question. Please, there's a hand up here.
Please, I'm Emmanuel Edusei. Mine is on scholarship, specifically the VC scholarship. Very much interested on that one. When the one in charge was talking about it, doctor, he made mention of some qualifications. And I'm please asking if we are supposed to meet all the qualifications before the scholarship will be given. Or at least, if you're able to meet 1 or 2, you have the opportunity to get that scholarship. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Noted. Do we have any more questions? Okay, there's a hand up.
Hello. I greet everyone. My question is, when the doctor was talking about the qualification, brilliant, I want to know, he make mention that your GPA, at what level that one, if you acquired it and be able to get the scholarship?
Thank you. There's a hand. We will take the first 5 questions and then we will ask for answers and we will take the next round.
Thank you, sir. My name is Edusei Samuel Opoku. My question is about the generating of the index number. I've paid my admission, everything, but my index number has been generated to me. And if I enter it into the portal, they will tell me the student ID is not exist. So what should I do about that?
The last one before we take the answers. There's another hand here. Please, we will come to you at the next round. Please give it.
Please, I'm in Kansanoa. My question is there any academic tools or material will be given to us when lecturing starts?
Maybe we can take the very last question. Say, let him ask it. Yes.
Please,
come close.
My name is Joseph Asamoah. I want to know if there are a lot of enough chairs for students, because there are a lot of rumors that Aamusted they have chairs, especially when they are going for lectures. Students have to be moving their own chairs to other lecture halls. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we can answer. Please, let's listen to our answers.
Is security an issue for only those on campus and not for those living around campus? No. Security is a matter for everybody. Whether you are living on campus or you live in the immediate surroundings of campus, everybody must be mindful of security. You don't say because you're on campus, you stay deep into the night and walk about when you should not. You don't say because you live out of campus, I'm safe, so I can wake up and go to campus or go back to the hostel at any point I want. No. Security is a matter of interest for everybody, both living on campus and if you are living out of campus. Yes, we have campus security guards. Every evening we have Ghana Police Service. A few times you will see their cars if you're on campus. They will come patrol and all of that. But please, bad people are anywhere, not only in our immediate surroundings. If you went to even America, there are bad people there. That is why everybody must be mindful of security. The head of security will give you a lot more information, but abide by those guidelines. Follow those instructions. Follow those security instructions. If you have to you should be mindful of security wherever you find yourself. whether on vacation or school is in session, you should be mindful of security. But the criminals and miscreants, sometimes they follow the indications we as citizens may give them. If I have money and I'll put the money in my pocket anyhow, if I'll carry money around anywhere and those things, then somehow you are inviting insecurity for yourself. So be careful how you are managing your mobile devices, your laptops, and personal effects. Don't just advertise them to everybody and anybody and anywhere. Keep them well. Manage them well. Don't walk in darkness. No. That will be a place where bad people will strike at you. When you close from lectures, make sure you are going in a group. If all of you live somewhere remote there, don't go all alone by yourself. Get your friends, and in that group, you go together and you come together. If you walk in isolated places and things like that, then you are inviting insecurity for yourself. And that's why we are saying that be mindful of your personal security. If you have to go to the security post to ask them for some help, go there. But don't walk in isolation and do things that will attract insecurity to yourself. The question of furniture. The question of furniture. It's interesting that he said we have heard rumors. Let it be only rumors. Those of you who have been here a couple of days and who were working around the ROB, only on Monday morning there was a whole truck full of furniture. I believe some of you may have seen it. You saw it, lady? Yes. And in the course of the week, another set of truck loaded with furniture will come. Sometimes you carry the furniture because you carry them to wrong places. You remove them from lecture hall A and you take them to lecture hall B. And you will not return them to lecture hall A. So students going for lectures at lecture hall A will have to go to lecture hall B and bring the furniture back. Please. There will be instructions. If you go, you have a lecture at lecture hall A, that is where you should go for the lectures. Don't remove the furniture and take them to other places so that others will have to carry them back. We have had a few instances where even students would want to carry the furniture on campus away from campus. And then they will come and report that we don't have furniture. Please, it's an offense. When you read the student's handbook, if you remove university facilities to wrong places, it's a serious offense. There is more than enough furniture for everybody. There is more than enough furniture for everybody. The other questions will be answered. The professors will answer what materials they will give you when lectures start. Okay?
All right. So the Pro VC will want to add a little to the security situation.
Thank you. What material will be given to you when lecture starts? Every class will have a course rep. So when lecture begins and you meet as a class, the first thing you have to do is to elect someone to lead you as a course rep. Once you get a course rep, there will be a course rep meeting with your head of department where markers, dusters, and other things that will be needed by your class will be given to you. Some classes may need public address system. You'll be shown where you can collect public address system when your lecture is about to begin. So all those things will be communicated to you when lecture starts in the first day, which is next Monday. So make sure if you are here and you want to serve, you have a good heart to serve, then you can nominate yourself as a course rep, and your colleague will probably vote for you. And once you get your course rep, that rep will go to the head of department and will get all the materials and tools that you need for the class. Thank you. A little I want to add to the chairs. As the Vice Chancellor was speaking, he said something very important, that this university belongs to you and I, and we should make a good name for this university. If we do something bad and it goes outside, it painted our university as a bad university, and you are part of it. So the guy who said there's a rumors that you have to carry your own chair, it's a problem that you students created it. And we want to advise you, as you are joining us, please don't be part of that. We schedule lectures according to class size. So a room, maybe say room 25, ROB can take, say, 100. We put 100 chairs there, and we schedule a class which is 100 students. Immediately lectures start, you, the course rep that will be elected, will start approaching lecturers, say that we want to have free times on Wednesday. Can we merge A and B together so that we can do it once, and therefore Wednesday we have a free time, we don't have to go to lectures. Immediately you do that, you are creating that problem. Because A is in a room that can take 100. B is in another room that can take 100. If you merge A and B, you have 200 students. Where are you going to place them? They won't fit in any of the rooms. So what the students will do is that they will try to carry chairs from B and put it in A, come and sit on the verandas and other things so that they can all fit in A, and then have the lecture once so that they can have free time. Please, sometimes yourself will be taking photos when people are carrying chairs and tables, and they will be putting it on social media. That is why he's got those rumors from. But it's not like that. I'm appealing to you. Please desist from that. If your class is A, stay at A. And you are here to learn. Don't try and get free time and go and sleep without doing anything and create something that will tarnish the image of this university. We have enough chairs for everybody. What did I say? So please don't move them. It's an offense, as the registrar have said. Sometimes, some of you also in the night will take the chairs from classroom and come and put it in their dormitories, hostels here, so that they can sit on it and study in their rooms. That is also not good. If you do that, you create a shortage of chairs in the classroom, and you come and complain you have no chairs. Meanwhile, when we go around, what we do, we take the securities and go around room to room. I'm warning you, if we come to your room and we find a table or a chair that belongs to classroom there, you will be sanctioned. There are so many sanctions. If you look at the student handbook, it's there. So don't do those things. We beg you. Don't take them. Sometimes some people even take them across the university campus, take them to their hostels outside. That's a crime. So please, we have enough chairs. Don't create artificial shortage. Don't move the chairs, and we can all enjoy these chairs that we have in our classrooms. The next question I'm addressing is the index number. Please, that is an issue of technology. When you go to the bank, you pay your school fees, automatically the number is sent to you on your mobile phone. Then the number from that system will be moved into the A system so that your index number will be activated in the ACE. But there is sometimes a time lapse. From the time you pay till the time it goes into the ACE. Sometimes it can be a time lapse. So when you log in and it didn't work, please take some time, wait a little bit, and see, it will come again. If still you try and it doesn't come, you go to academic affairs. There's an office called Student Support Services. Mr. Eric Dogo is the one that man that office. Academic affairs, you know them, it's at the new auditorium area. they will look at your index number and get it fixed for you. So please, if you have that problem, from Monday or along within this week, go to Mr. Eric Dogo at the new auditorium area. The office is called Student Support Services. He will help you to activate your index number. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the guy who talked about the GPA. Normally, you will be explained what the GPA, the first class, there's cumulative average point you need to get a first class. Most of the scholarship, they will look at second class upper to the first class. And they also look at your need. And the second class upper, you're talking about 2.9 and above, 2.5 and above. And third class, you'll be talking about 3.0 and above. So these two, second class upper and a first class, is the key. But sometimes based on your need, you may have second class lower and you can be considered. So go into the student handbook, you know how the GPA is calculated. When I say second class lower, second class upper, second class lower will start from 2.0 to 2.5, upper will be 2.6 to 2.9, and the first class will be 3.0 to 4.0. So take note of all those things in the student handbook. You can download it on the university website. So take note of that. And I hope we all have a successful and a nice stay. The MasterCard scholarship that we mentioned is being delivered by an organization called FAWE, Federation of African Women in Education. And MasterCard provide the finance. The organization is the lead organization that disperses the scholarship. So it's not only for women, though, even though they are women organization. Both men and women, mostly from the north, who are in need, qualify for that scholarship. So take note. The advert is still on the university website. You can get the details from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. There was one question. We gave several qualifications. So what if I am brilliant and I am not needy? What if I am only needy but not so brilliant? In that case, is there any way I'll be considered for the Vice Chancellor Scholarship? This question also came from my brother there.
The Vice Chancellor Scholarship, everybody who is a student here can apply. Whether you are brilliant, you are needy, or whatever. When it comes, we look at your situation and consider whether you are not brilliant, but maybe you have some disability or you have some challenge. If we have to invite you and talk to you, we will do. So if you think you want to apply, apply. But in the society, we always have to help those who are in need, isn't it? So if you know you are here, your parents can afford pay your school fees and everything. You don't have to. But there are some people who are here who are financing their own education. Even us at now, they haven't been able to pay the food. They have paid maybe 50% and all that. And they are thinking about when lectures start, where can they get a work to get the additional fund to pay the remaining 50. So if we have people like that with us, and even you, we ask, can we contribute and help this member of our class to pay his or her school fees? Wouldn't you support? So those are the people we want to give to. So if you can afford, please, let those who cannot afford, let us help them with the Vice Chancellor Scholarship. But notwithstanding, if you apply, we'll look at your situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Pro Vice Chancellor. Please, let's give it to Pro Vice Chancellor. I think he's done well. And the registrar will want to chip in a few words.
Thank you very much. Let me mention one important thing to you, which you will find in the Student's Handbook. It is called channel of communication. Channel of communication. It's very, very important when you see a copy of the Student's Handbook take your time and look at it carefully. This is a human society like anywhere else and everywhere else. At any point in time, we may encounter one difficulty or challenge or the other. For example, you went to your lecture hall, you are supposed to go for a lecture in lecture hall A. You went there and the furniture there is not enough. It may be that somebody from lecture hall D came to pick the pieces of furniture and has not returned them. How do you inform us of the shortage so that we address it? Or if you have any other challenge, how do you let us know so that that challenge is addressed? The channel of communication will help you to have answers to all of these, whether it's at your hostel, at your lecture hall, or even if there's a difference between you and your friend. The channel of communication would help you to know how to resolve some of these things. So where there are shortages of any form, of any kind, one of the closest places you can go to is your head of department. But first, mention it to your course rep, who will go and inform the head of department. And the head of department will address that situation. Or the head of department will invite the dean and they will address the situation. Where there are shortages, where there are challenges, please exercise patience. Look at the channel of communication. How should this problem be addressed? How should this question be answered? And patiently, we answer that question or we address that situation. Whether it's a shortage or anything, patience and going to the right people, the right office for the right answer and the right situation to be created for you. Thank you very much.
We still have a lot to hear today, so we like to bring the question and answer time together. Our Papa, the Vice Chancellor, and the management, they are going to be with us. So if you have any question, you just pass it over to me. We'll find a way to get you appropriate answers. That said, we must know that we have a lot of very good lieutenants that will also be handling or be with us here. So they'll be answering all the questions. I'm saying this to ask your permission for the Vice Chancellor and his entourage to leave us so we can continue the program. With your permission, sir, I believe we will accept for them to leave us and go and work for us. True of us? True of us? Please, let's clap for them so that they know they are fully accepted to take their leave. So we can also take advantage, rise and stretch as they walk through the aisle. Just stretch off the sleep, the tiredness. Stretch it all off. Going forward, we are going to be working strictly by the times that you see on your program. It is strictly 10 minutes for every speaker. If any speaker is delaying, please help me to hold them off the podium. Won't we do that? Aha! Now so. Thank you very much. Please, can we have our seats and invite Mr. Daniel Konin to speak to us on academic rules and regulations, services. Daniel Konin is the acting director of academic affairs. Please say if you are here.
Yeah, welcome back. I don't want to welcome you again because my big men have already welcomed you. And I'm here to talk about academic rules and regulations. I must say that this is a complex heterogeneous community which is even more complex than most of the cities and the towns that we have, because in this very community, you have almost all religions here, almost all tribes, almost all ethnic groups and all that, which may not even pertain in some of the... So because of that, we need rules and regulations for us to be able to live together. But our university, Aamusted, unlike other organizations and institutions, for instance, like the bank, when you go to the bank, they deal with money issues. So people go there with that mentality of money and live with money. Now, when you come to academic institution like Aamusted, we only sell knowledge, skill, and then values, morals, attitude, that will be acceptable and productive. So you come here not to search for money, but you come here to buy knowledge, skill, which is taught all over on this campus. Academic is the most important thing that we consider in this university, because so when we open the portal and you are taken through from your department, you will be able to do the registration. So when you put in your index number there, it will never reject it. Is that right? Okay, let's move on. So you do your registration, and then you go to the notice boards to find where you are going to have your lecture, which group you fall in, and all that. Now, when you see that, you have your timetable, you go for lectures. Your lecturers will interact with you. But there's something that I have to tell you. During lectures, or whilst you are going for lectures, if you absent yourself 21 consecutive days, cumulative days, then you have automatically withdrawn from the program. I hope you heard that. 21 consecutive days, you have withdrawn from the program, which is very important. Now, if you know for whatever reason you may not be able to, then you have to officially write and seek permission. Again, if you fail to write midterm examinations or quizzes, that is continuous assessment, you don't qualify to write end of semester examination. So take note of that. Now let me move away from lecture and then come to examinations, where I know most of you have the challenge. Like any examination being conducted anywhere, you certainly have people, even when you go to the school of the missionaries and all that, they still have supervisors or invigilators invigilating the pastors and the ministers and whoever. Why? They are men of God, but why should they be invigilated? It means that the temptation is there. It is human institution, right? So, make sure you do not attempt to cheat in any way. Make sure you don't attempt to cheat in any way. Now, if you want to defer your program, if in any case you want to defer your program, then you need to know the modalities. All these have been spelled in the student handbook. For whatever reason, you might be sick, whatever. But if you don't write examination, you have no excuse, apart from maybe on medical grounds where a certified medical officer will provide information. When you are sick, even during examination, you are sick, and then you fall down, you collapse. We'll take you, pick you in an ambulance, send you to the hospital. Then we ask the doctor, please, can he write the paper? Then the doctor will look and say, oh, her condition is okay. Then we'll bring the paper to you on the sick bed and then provide special invigilator for you. Hallelujah. We are so caring, don't you see? Very caring. In fact, some of you want to change your name. Change of not allowed. In fact, you can only change your name on one ground.